What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a DMX controller to your RF wedge par lights. Now say you wanted to have control over multiple RF wedge par lights in a stage production, live venue, etc. We can do this wirelessly with a wireless DMX controller, or we can use DMX cables to connect all of our lights to the controller. First let's go over the wireless setup. There are two separate modes we can use with the lights with a DMX controller, one being 6-channel mode and the other being 10-channel mode. Using either 6-channel or 10-channel mode is completely dependent on what your needs are and how much control you want to have over your lights. For example, 6-channel mode gives us basic controls over the colors, while 10-channel mode gives us control over the colors plus the features. So for this demonstration, let's use 10-channel mode. So to start, I'm going to set my lights up to slave mode, which I can do either with the menu settings or with the click of the button using the red switch here on our light. So I can flip this red switch here over to slave mode, and you'll see on the display it automatically turns into slave mode. From here we can press enter and switch the DMX channel mode. So like I said, we're gonna go with 10 channel for today. And you'll want to do the same exact thing for however many lights you want to have set up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my DMX controller. The next thing we're gonna want to do is set up the DMX code using this button here. When we press this button, we have 7 different colors that we can use to sync the lights up to a DMX controller, etc. So this means we have 7 different ways of doing so. So for today, I'm gonna press the button until we get to the red color, and then I'm gonna set the DMX code to the same color here on my DMX controller. So now you should be seeing the DMX code button flashing on your DMX controller, while the DMX code light on the lights themselves stay solid. So now I can go back to the DMX controller and activate scanner 1, and now we can go through all the different faders and see what they do. Starting with fader 1, this acts as the master dimmer so we can determine how bright we want our lights. For today, let's raise that all the way up and go on to fader 2, which controls the red LEDs, so the more I raise that, the more the red LEDs start to come through. Moving on, fader 3 will control the green LEDs. Fader 4 controls the blue LEDs. Fader 5 will control the white LEDs. Fader 6 controls the amber. And fader 7 will control the ultraviolet. Now fader 8 will control the strobe mode on any color we want to have set to our lights. So for example, I'm going to set it to the green color. From value 0 to 38, the strobe will be off. And the strobe will activate at value 39, and we can go up to adjust the speed. You can tell what value your fader is on by looking at the LCD display on your controller. Now fader 9 will control all of the different functions through separate sections of values. From values 0 to 8 it stays closed. From values 9 through 50 you can select a static color and use fader 10 to cycle through all the different colors. Values 51 to 89 activate the color cycle mode. Values 90 to 129 activate the color pulse. Values 130 to 199 activate the color fade mode. Values 200 to 219 activate the normal sound mode, while values 220 to 240 activate the sound strobe, and values 241 to 255 activate the sound pulse mode. And lastly, fader 10 will control the speed of all of these modes. So for example, if I go to the color cycle mode and raise fader 10 all the way up, the faster the colors will cycle. Now in case we couldn't do this wirelessly, there is a way to sync the controller up to your lights with DMX cables. So to start, I'm going to take one of my DMX cables. I'm going to take the male end and plug it into the DMX out of my controller. Then I'm going to take the other end and plug it into the DMX in on my first light. And now to link the lights together, I'm going to take another DMX cable, plug the male end into the DMX out on my first light, then plug the other end into the DMX in on the second light. You'll want to repeat this process for however many lights you want to have set up. Now the cool thing is when you plug anything into the DMX in ports of these lights, they're automatically going to lock into slave mode since it knows it's being controlled by something else. So the only thing we can change in this state is the DMX channel mode, where we can pick between 6-channel and 10-channel. For today, let's stick with the 10-channel setting. So just like in the last setup, I'm going to activate scanner 1, and to test it out, I'm going to raise fader 1 and bring up some colors, and then you'll see the lights start to react. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your DMX controller to your RF wedge par lights. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.